Hi everyone, good evening. Kindly confirm if you can hear me. Kindly confirm if you can hear me. Good evening everyone. Kindly confirm if you can hear me. All right. Welcome to today's class. I hope you are doing great today and I hope you've been practicing what we've been teaching the past few weeks now. I hope you've been putting into practice. It's really important. All right, so today we are going to be talking about social media copywriting. All right, so today we are talking about social media copywriting. Last week we talked about creating engaging social media content. Earlier this week we talked about creating engaging social media content. We talked about blog writing, SEO writing. So today we are talking about social media copywriting and social media advertising. All right, so what is social media copywriting? What is social media copywriting? Social media copywriting is writing words for social media posts. Now, a copy is simply writing words. Copywriting is also words. Copywriting is words. Social media copywriting, content writing, blog writing, they are all words. But copywriting is majorly for promotions, majorly for ads. When you want to show yourself that, oh, this when you want to show your brand that yes, this brand is good, those words, those sweet words that you use to grab the attention of your audience or your readers, that's copywriting. All right, so copywriting is writing words that grab attention, communicate clearly, and make people take action. So this is a bit different from blog writing. Blog writing, most times, oh, want to educate them. Most times, you want to educate them. Most times you want to build authority. You get. But for social media copywriting, it's the end goal of social media copywriting or copywriting in general. The end goal is to either make sales or make people to like, to comment, to engage on the post. So the end of every copy, there's always the end goal. There's always something that every copywriter wants from whatever they're writing. All right, so going to the next. Now, this is where we differentiate copywriting and content writing. There are several types of content. There's blog content, there's several types of content, blog content, you know, a whole lot. Then copy is basically a type of content to promote a product. So that's why you would see um um social media advertisers, that's digital marketers, those that run ad specialists. They'll always say, oh, they need to write copy, they need to write ad copy, to attract people. So copywriting is a major part of advertising. Do you get? So Content writing focuses on educating and informing. Like I said earlier, you know, blogs, articles, and any other type of content. If you don't know, there's technical writing too. Technical writing is related to writing for tech organizations. There's also UI UX writing that relates to writing, the content that is in apps. For example, OPay app or any app, those contents in any app is called UI UX writing. So there are several types of writing. So for content writing, they don't need any direct action. They just need to, oh, we need to write this content, oh, this technical content, oh, UI UX content for this app. Okay, help us draft out the content for the app, all the pages of the app. You know, there is no specific action that they need to be performed. But you see, copywriting, copywriting, a copywriter needs to have a goal. A copywriter needs to have a goal that he or she wants the readers or the audience to meet. A copywriter to be able to put in call to action, CTAs, at the end of whatever content, social media content. You should be able to put CTAs so that you direct your readers, your audience, to take action. So the major goal of copywriting is, number one, some might need to get clients. Some might need to sell a particular checklist, whatever, selling, um positioning yourself to get clients and all of that. So the main goal of copywriting is to sell something, to drive action. That's the main goal of copywriting. Now, when you come to copywriting focuses on persuading and selling. But content writing, there are several types of content: blog, UI, UX, um, blogs, UI, UX, technical write-ups. There are several types of. In fact, every company needs write-ups. All these memos. Several things. There will definitely be someone in every company that would be in charge of, releasing press releases, sending out letter, sending out emails. All of those things. Those are content. But you see, copies are, they are persuading. It involves selling. It's majorly for ad copies, majorly for social media um pages, social media copies. It should be short, punchy, and emotional. When I mean emotional, it's something that it should address your audience pain points. So the first thing you need to know before writing any copy is, okay, oh, who do I want to target? Who do I want to talk to? Yeah, so that's the first thing you're meant to know. Who do I want to talk to? Who am I targeting? And then your copy should target what you think they are going through, the pain points they are going through, their problem. Like a CEO now, okay, maybe your target audience is CEO. CEOs, number one, they want growth for their company. Number two, they want revenue. In fact, revenue is even number one. Then number three, they want visibility. They want people to know about their company. Do you get? So if you are targeting CEOs as a brand, as a copywriter, you need to mention their problem. You get? It should be short, punchy, you know attack their problem, address their problem, and then at the end, put in your call to action. You will not just put in, write your content and then just like that, you don't even direct them to go to your email. You don't direct them anywhere. No, you need to, in the course of this course, in the course of this class, we are going to talk about different types of CTAs. I'll show you examples. All right, so next, so sorry about this. Yeah. So I guess maybe while exporting. So the AIDA copywriting formula. So this AIDA formula, it's a general formula every copywriter should know. So this is a general formula every copywriter should know. Number one, at the start of your content, or of your copy rather, your social media copy, you should hook the reader fast. Start with something, like, just look at this example. Tired of being broke every month. You can continue with whatever you now want to say. You should, someone that is always broke, someone that does not have a stable source of income, would pause and say, tired of being broke every month. I'm usually broke every month too, you get. So this is copy. As a copywriter, you should know how to grab attention. In fact, copywriting is the major part, the major spice in an ad, whether it's TV commercial, whether you are working in a television, or whether you are working in a radio station, or whether you are working in a newspaper house, or whether you are working with an advertising agency, a creative agency, whatever. You need, as a copywriter, you need to know how to grab attention. It's very, very important. And when you grab attention, you don't just put clickbait like Oprah Mini would do. Oprah Mini can put clickbait, and when you open it, you are seeing something else. No, you need to keep them reading. You need to say, oh, tired of being broke every month, so here's how I did this, here's how I did that. So your readers will want to say, here's how they made this amount, you get. And then your reader will want to keep reading. Now, desire, make them want what you are sharing, make them want your product. You can do it even with a small amount, like that, and then you keep going. Their next call to action can be, okay, save this post for later. After you have talked about, here's how I did this, then you talk about, oh, number one, I did like this, number two, I did like this, number three, I did like this, and you talk about your process. And then you can do it too, even with a small amount of money. You can start with this, you can start with that. Continue. Save this post and start today. Now, when you say save this post and start today, your start today can be replaced with, um sign up for our free webinar class, or follow us to learn more about how to save money, whatever. So it depends on your goal, your marketing goal. We talked about something similar on Wednesday. Most of the things, it's actually similar, but copywriting is more of ads than blog writing. Do you get? Blog writing is it's majorly for educating, informing. But then you can also make sales through blogs, through your blog content. That's having a very, very good call to action. So start with strong hooks. Like I said, your first line decides if people stop or scroll. Your first line, as a copywriter, like I said earlier, you need to learn how to grab attention. I said it on Wednesday that if you can go to YouTube and watch like 10 ads, go to YouTube, watch 10 ads, if possible download the ads, and then watch them over and over again. Watch how those people started, grabbed your attention. Also, you can also get some of these ads from IG, Instagram. You can save them. You know, pick 10 ads, either from YouTube or from Instagram. I would recommend more of YouTube ads. When you're watching movie or whatever, more of, when you see ads, you can download them actually. So I would recommend that you go to YouTube, download like 10 ads, or maybe you save them or whatever, and then watch them. Watch how they started. I'm very sure you have also been hooked with some copies, some ads before, when you are watching some YouTube videos. Not everyone wants to skip all of those ads, but then there are some that I'll just look and I'm like, they just start with something, and I'm like, I need to finish watching it. You know, you need to learn how to grab attention. So, examples of hooks. Nobody tells you this about freelancing. You get. So the reader who is a freelancer, that's why you need to know your target audience. The reader who is a freelancer is like, oh, I need to, let me not miss this thing. Nobody tells you this about freelancing. Let me not come and miss um something very educative. You get. So the next is another example is three reasons your Instagram account is not growing. Whether the person even has a whole lot of followers, everybody wants to grow more, everybody wants to do better. When you say three reasons your Instagram account is not growing, person is like, let me even just see it. You get. And you can, as a copywriter, you can know how to um craft a very solid call to action that will make them take action on that post, on that ad. So another example is, this mistake cost me 30K last month. In today's era, 30K is more like a small money. So it can be, you can do something like, okay, this mistake cost me 1 million naira last month, and everybody's like, hey, which mistake is that? Nobody wants to make that kind of mistake that will cost you 1 million naira. You get. Even if it's 30K for the average individual, nobody wants to make a mistake that will cost the person any amount of money. So the person wants to read. So have you seen how these three types of hook grabs people attention, and the reasons why they grab people's attention? So yeah, going to the next. As a copywriter, when you are writing copies for ads, for jingles, because as a copywriter, your work is not just needed in the online space. Hmm. You are hot cake as a copywriter, because companies even need you to write copies for their ads. Advertising agencies need you to write copies, creative agencies need you, media agencies need you. Do you get? Television stations need you. So you'll be taking note of this. So you're not just anyhow copywriter. If you can master this skill and have a solid portfolio, you are it would be hard for brands to ignore you. So you can work in a TV station, radio station, media agencies, media companies, and even any company, because every brand today, every company today, they need to advertise, whether online or wherever. So when you are writing as a copywriter, you need to write like you are talking to one person at a time. So are you talking to CEO? Write like as if you are having a conversation with the CEO, with a CEO. If you are talking to students, write as if you are having a conversation with students. Don't just write in a like as if you're writing essay. No, this is social media. This is copywriting. You need to write like you speak. You need to write like you speak. You need to write like you are talking to the person. Now, tips. Use you, me, we when you are writing a copy. You know, you can start with, this is why you are not making sales in your company. talk like you are talking to one person. Don't just talk like you are writing essay. Do you understand? So please let me know if you are following. Type I'm following. If you are following, type I'm following. Let me know those that are still with us, because some can be here and they are doing something else. Let me know if you are following us. I'm following. Type I'm following. If you are still with us, type I'm following. If you are still with us, type I'm following. All right, I can see you guys are following me. All right. All right. So, as a copywriter, keep your tone friendly and casual. Don't write like you are writing professional. Which word will I even use? Safe. Don't write like you are writing one professional memo that you want to send in a company. No, write like you are talking to your friend. Let's say your target is a CEO. Imagine your friend is a CEO. Write like you are talking to them. Write in simple words. Don't write in ambiguous words, big words. Write in simple words. Words that even if the CEO did not go to school, you would understand. That's how you should write as a copywriter. That does not mean you are going to be your content to be so lame, or it will be so that doesn't mean your content should be um let's say unprofessional. You get? That doesn't mean your content should have a whole lot of mistakes. No, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, your content should write like you are talking to a CEO that does not have a PhD. Let me use that word. So be friendly, be casual. You get? So imagine you are texting a friend. Imagine you are telling you have a solution for your friend who is a CEO, and you are like, you are wasting a whole lot of money. This is why you are wasting a whole lot of money. This is what I've done so far in the past 2 months. There's a way you craft that content with some of the examples I gave you in the AIDA formula. All right, this is another example. Now, differentiate between bad and better. Now, bad, one should be mindful of content engagement rates. One should, yes, everybody should be mindful of it. But you not even attract us to the content. One should be mindful of content engagement rates. But see the second content. If your posts aren't getting likes, here's why. Just imagine. If someone that the post is just barely 50, or even those that their post is even above, or maybe above 200, um even maybe above 200 likes, and maybe they're doing a bit well on social media, they will still want to click it and say, if your post aren't getting likes, here's why. They want to know why. Even if they are doing well to an extent, they will not just keep that kind of post. So that's how you should think as a copywriter. So another thing I need you to do is go back and then pick 4 or 5 brands. Write a copy for each of these brands. Write a copy for their social media page to sell one of their services. Now, this is not for me, it's for you to practice. If you can pick 5, 10 companies, but the list is 5, pick 5 companies, know each of their services and what they offer, and then know each of their target audience. Do you get? For example, a car rental company would majorly target people like influencers, business gurus, you know, those that travel for conferences, that travel to places, and they can't be carrying their cars everywhere. That's an example. So pick 5 brands, write their services, explain their services, write it, and then write their audience, list their audience, and then write a copy using this AIDA formula I gave you. Attention, start from the problem of their target audience. So if you can write the copy in for each of their services and then practice also, yeah, that's a very, very good way to become better. All right, so going forward, so as a copywriter, writing a particular copy, whether ads or whatever, keep it short and easy to read. Keep it short and easy to read. See, social media today, like I said in the last class, many people don't have the time to stay on one post. Like most people scroll. If you're on LinkedIn, for me, I'm very, very active on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is a place where there are so many educative content, and many people, personally, I don't even read a content, a social media post word for word, except if it's a story. And even if it's a story, I don't even have that time to read word for word. I'll just scan through it, know whatever I want to get from the post and all. So use line breaks. Line breaks is like formatting. Like, just, if you can see, after I wrote social media equals fast readers, you'd see a space before I started with use line breaks. That space is what I'm talking about. Let it use line breaks, let it be easy to read. Not that someone will see your post and the post is jam-packed, just like the way these 4 points here are jam-packed. No, let there be line spacing. You get, format it, let it be easy to read. And when someone sees it as a glance, when someone sees your company's social media content at a glance, they can easily scan through, they can easily read through. But when your post is jam packed and everything is just packed up, it's so, some in a way it's irritating. So let your posts be easy to read. Use emojis to highlight emotion or points. Yeah, use emojis. Emojis is also something that makes people connect to the post, because they are seeing the emotion that you are portraying. Yeah, use lists and bullet points. Do you know that it's very, very, very easy to read a copy, a content that highlights, that uses list and bullet points? It's very, very easy to read that kind of content, because most people, they'll just read number one this, okay, number two this. So as much as possible, if you can put in list, bullet points in your copy, it would really, really help you. Also, the next, avoid long, chunky paragraphs. Shouldn't be Your paragraph shouldn't be so long. You understand? Paragraphs, it shouldn't be so long. When you write like 2 lines, 3 lines, in fact, four is even too much for a social media post. You can write like 2, 3 lines, leave space, and then continue with the next paragraph. Don't jam pack your content. Keep it clear. Let it be, clarity is key in everything. Clarity is key. All right, so the next is show, don't tell. If you're writing a copy, you're a copywriter for any brand or for your personal brand, don't just come and say, I offer social media services. Yes, anybody can offer social media services, but show that, write content that shows that, this is how I did this. Writing a content, using this example, writing, I offer social media services, but see a better copy. I helped a small brand grow from 500 to 5,000 followers in 3 months. Here's how I did it. You get? So this better copy has already shown that yes, so you are a social media, you offer social media services, and you don't just offer social media services, you have had results from the social media services. So see this now, you are a designer. Imagine you're a designer and you want to sell more. You are working for a design company, an interior design company, architecture, whatever. You will not just be coming to say we are designers, we design this, we design that. You not just say that. You would show your works. Copy, social media copies goes with proof. People would easily patronize you when they see the results you have gotten. Do you get? So whether you're working for any company, any brand, whatever, ensure to ask for results, ensure to ask for social proofs, ensure to ask for reviews, all of those things, results, ensure to ask for them. So that when you're writing your copy, it would be convincing to your audience, so that your copy will not just go to waste. It should be convincing to your audience. Now add CTAs that fit the goal. So these are examples of CTAs. Double tap if this helps you. Tag a friend who needs this. Now tag a friend who needs this. The reason for that CTA can be to increase followership, make people start following that brand, start following that social media page. You know, um, Tag a friend who needs this. It could be from a it could be from an educational post. Yeah. So another example is DM me to start. DM me to start. Send a message to start. Send a message to this number. Click this. Those are CTAs. So please, you need to know how to use CTAs very well. All right. So another thing you need to note. So all of these are mentioning. There are things that there are checklists that you need to note when you're writing a copy. You're not just writing a copy like you're writing content, just one memo. No, you need to take note of all of these things I have mentioned. Now another thing is your copy should include power words and emotional triggers. When you say when you include the word free class, you know, just like when you include the word free class, free gets this five products free, all of those things, it would make people to easily patronize you. It would make people to easily click. Now when you use words like secret, you can also go on Google. You can also search for power words, list of power words to use for your um for your copy. You can also when writing your copy for any brand, actually, you can go on Google, search for list of power words to use for ad copies in, let's say, automobile industry, or let's say whatever industry, media industry or whatever. So you can search for list of power words to use. Power words are words that trigger responses. When you use the words free, when you include free in your hook, when you include top 10 secrets you never knew about, this and this, when you include words like proven, limited is urgency, then struggle, win, mistakes, you know see this hook now. Stop making this one mistake that's killing your Instagram growth. Stop making this one mistake that's killing your Instagram growth. Now, like the example I gave earlier too, every when a serious Instagram creator sees this hook, whether the person trusts the brand or not, the person will want to click to know the mistake that the person is talking about. And just clicking and reading about the mistake or watching the video can trigger responses. can lead to a sale. You understand? All right, so the next is, what type of content work well? What type of content work well? Now, another thing you should note is, all right, so this is like a template for a copy. So start with an hook, address a problem. You can start with a question. You get Start with a bold statement, then continue just like the template I gave you. AIDA: attention, interest, desire, and action. So the next is explain the problem you have started talking about. Explain the problem, give tips, tell a story that helped you solve the problem, share a result that you got from, so all of that. Then at the end, don't forget your CTA. So this is an example of a copy. This is a very, very short one. Like, this is just something that we just have the first line of the attention, we just have the first line of the second line of the first line of the interest, first line of the desire, and first line of the action. So it's not a detailed copy, but it's a format that you can use. It's an example that you can use. All right, so next we are going to social media advertising. Social media, please kindly type, if you really understood what I said about copywriting, kindly type I understand. Then if you have a question, kindly wait till when the class is over, and then I'll take most of your questions. So yeah, type I understand. If you understand, kindly type I understand. Let me know if you are following. Let me know if you are following. All right, all right. So now we are moving to social media advertising. Social media ads are paid posts showed to target users on platforms like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, any social media platform. So why do you need ads? In fact, every company needs ads. In today's world, digital world, every company needs ads. You a whole lot of these brands like MTN, brands like, if I'm not wrong, Zenith Bank, all of these top brands that you see that are popular today, they all make use of ads, like a whole lot. If you go on Twitter, you would see their ads. There's this brand to buy bits. They use ads a lot. So if you are working for any agency, any brand, you need to suggest ads for them. You need to suggest ads for them. Don't just say, oh, I would just build on organic growth. No, you need to suggest ads for them. So the need for ads is to reach people faster. Now, organic growth is good, but the thing about organic growth is that your growth is slow. Yes, Temu used ads like crazy in December. Like, it was serious. They really spent a lot, and to an extent, it paid for them. It worked well for them because they had a whole lot of sales. I mean, they had a lot of sales. Even though the ads they used, they didn't get credibility from their audience. They didn't get credibility from people. Now, another thing you need to take note of before running ads is, don't just start a brand, start managing a page, and then you just start running ads. That's the mistake that Temu made. Now, people did not know about Temu before. They just came suddenly, started running ads, and it was a whole lot. They spent money. I mean, they spent a lot. Even though they made sales, they made a lot of sales, but their credibility is not good. Like a lot of people don't like their, because of the bad feedbacks. They made sales, definitely, but how many people want to patronize them? I'm very sure with what you have seen on social media, you definitely don't want to. Well, I don't know. All right, so the reason for ads is to reach more people faster, promote products and services or events, target people by age, interest, location. So unlike regular posts, is to your social media ad, you can easily control those that see your content. But for organic growth, you may not know those that would view your content and all of that. So yeah, why we run ads? You can run ads to promote an offer, to promote a product, to promote a blog, to say, oh, download our checklist, you know, your social media page, to increase followerships, and all of that. So your ad should have one goal. Each ad should have one goal. So as a social media copywriter, as a copywriter, each ad should have goal. You can't put, my name is Joanna Jayola. So you can't put create an ad copy and say, okay, oh, this ad copy, the goal of this ad copy is awareness and sales. It doesn't work that way. Each ad copy should be tailored to one goal at a time. So that's why it's very, very possible for you to create like 2 3 ads for a campaign. So when you are creating ad copies, note that each of your ad copy should each of your ad copy should be directed at one goal. It should be targeted at one goal. So you can say, okay, this ad copy, maybe you're running a campaign for your brand. Let's say it's for 1 month, and then in that 1 month, or let's say 3 months, and then in that 1 month you want awareness. Or let me say 3 months. In that 3 months, you want awareness. You also want sales. So what you need to do is, you would need to like create like three different ads. You need to like create like three different ads, and then direct each of the ads to one goal. So when you are directing each of the ads to one goal, the ad that is talking about awareness, you are not going to be talking about content that would not be easily clickable. For content talking about awareness, you talk about content. If you go back to the last class slides, I put out a list of contents that work well on social media. Yeah. So if you're writing an ad copy for awareness now, you need to go to that list of content that work well, content that easily work well on social media. You get, and then pick one of them. Okay, or maybe it's motivation, or maybe it's congratulatory, whatever kind of post. So whatever kind of post, it should be something that can easily, that social media algorithm can easily push out. You get, there are some kinds of content that, even if you don't work so well on the page, even if you don't work so well on the content, it would fly quickly. Content like motivational content like congratulatory content. I put a list in the last class, so you can check them out. So you can use that list for awareness. So when you are talking about sales, your copy is different. You are talking about, you are addressing their problem, and then you are coming in as someone providing solution. Remember what I said earlier, talk to one person. All right, so the next is what makes a good ad. All of these things I mentioned before makes a good ad. Number one, a good visual. Imagine you're writing a copy for an ad that the video content is not clear, or the video is not bright. In fact, that alone can spoil your ads. That alone can spoil your ads. So another thing you should note is short, powerful caption. This is your copy now. Short, powerful caption. Why it should be short is because the reason why your ad copy should be short is because a lot of people don't have attention span on LinkedIn. Or sorry, on social media in general. They don't have attention span, long attention span. So you need to make it short so that your message, what you want, the call to action and all of that that you want them to know would easily be put in that short time. So they will not just start from the first two lines and they're like, this thing is long. Oh. Let me go to the next thing. No. So, anyways, the next is clear call to action. I've emphasized call to action a lot. It goes a long way. It goes a long way. All right, so this is an example of caption. It's just like the copy that I mentioned earlier. All right, so another thing you need to take note of when running a social media ad is targeting the right audience. Targeting the right audience. Your ad works best. Your ad is going to deliver results when you are talking to your audience. That's why you need to know the audience you are targeting. You need to know the audience you want to target. Like I said earlier, CEO, are they students? You know your target audience, know what they love, know their interests, know their behaviors. It's from their interest, their behavior, their location. Are they living in Nigeria? Are they living in US? Are they living in UK? Their location also matters when writing your copy. So ad don't just don't need to reach everyone. It just needs to reach the people that you need their response. All right. So another thing you need to take note of when running an ad as a copywriter is tell stories. People love stories. Tell stories. In fact, storytelling, you can master the art of storytelling too. It's another thing that can make you successful as a copywriter. Tell stories. It might not be a real story. It can be fiction. It might not be real. It might be it can be from your an experience, but you don't need to tell them it's your experience though. But then you need to start with a story. People love stories. All right, so another thing you can do is use use the boost post button on Instagram or Facebook, or go deeper with Meta Ads Manager for more control. You can use Meta Ads Manager. You can use when you make a post on any of these platforms, even on Twitter too. You can just simply boost the post, promote the post so that it gets to reach more people, put in all of those target audience and all of that. So it depends on how you write the copy, it depends on the content you put out. That's what will determine the results you get, and all of the settings that you put in there. All of these things determine the results. All right, so test different versions to see which one performs best. So when you want to, you would not just put in all of the money for the ad and just start running just like that. You need to test. You need to test. Okay, in one day, this is what we are having. You can put on like two ads, test them, and then see which one is performing better. Then the one that performs better, you work with that and then put in more money for that. All right, so track and learn from your ads. Um, like people say, you don't just know everything in one day. Practice makes perfect. So as an ad specialist, as a copywriter, you would keep learning. Oh, the last time I did this and it didn't work well. This time I'm doing this. And you would keep learning from your mistakes. So you would not just know everything at once. You'd not just be a copywriting expert at once. No, you would learn. You would learn from mistakes. You would make mistakes along the way. You would keep learning. So after your ads are running, track how many people saw it. So these are the major metrics you need to track to in order to send reports, in order to know the way forward. These are the key metrics you need to track. How many people saw it, reach, impressions, engagement, how many people clicked on the website, clicked on it, how many people liked, how many people commented, what is the cost per result, how much did you spend per sale, per click. Use all of these insights to make your ad better. So this, because we have actually like talked about most of copywriting, writing for social media and all of that in the last class. So this is more like emphasis on advertising, social media ads and all of that. So now it's time to answer your questions. Okay, the first question I'm saying here is, as a beginner, when are you supposed to start using ads on your post? When are you supposed to okay, let me do platform specific. Let's say for Instagram now, your followers are already like, let's say 500. Before that time, what you can do is collaborate with influencers, like create collaboration posts. You can pay influencers and all of that before that time. So that increases your visibility as a brand for Instagram. You know, influencer marketing is another thing that you can use a whole lot. So are there any questions? Are there any questions about social media ad copy? Are there any questions before we call it a day? Is CTAs only applicable for copywriting or the both? It's applicable for the both. As far as you're writing a content, you need to direct them somewhere. You don't just write content and just end it like that. You need to direct your readers somewhere. It's either they follow you, it follow for more, all of that. It follow for more. Download our checklist to learn more. Follow us. It's whether it's copy or it's content, any kind of content. Types of content that works, it's in the other slide. When the slide is being given to you, you would see it in the last class. Or go back to the last class, please. My kind of social media posts, how do we track or test ads? And okay, how do you track ads? Through the metrics, insights, through the metrics of your social media posts. You track ads through the metrics of your social media post. Okay. My kind of social media post is based on my personal stories, which I use to inspire my audience. For me, I'm a brand. How do you see it? Yes, it's that's personal branding. That's really amazing. That's personal branding. What kind of influencers and how do you find them? How do you find influencers? They are actually people that deal with outsourcing influencers. How you can find them is communities. Ask your fellow social media managers. You get ask social media managers. Most of these social media managers have access to a whole lot of influencers. For me, I know of like one or two persons that when I need influencers to promote a post, I can easily reach out to them. They have access to so many influencers. So I can easily reach out to them, make a deal with them, and then they connect me with the influencers. When we write our copy, how can we grade ourselves? Now, when you want to grade yourself, you are imagine you are the reader, or you imagine you are the audience and read it to yourself. Imagine you are the audience and read it to yourself. Aside that, you can send it to maybe a friend or something to read it. Send it to a friend or whoever and ask for a feedback from them. So can you recap? ADA is AIDA. That's the formula for copywriting. A is attention. Let me go back. A is attention. I is interest. D is desire. A is all right. So this is attention to hook readers first. Interest, keep them reading. So once you get this slide, you would see the formula I gave you and the example also here. Desire, make them want what you are sharing. You can use this example to be creative about it. So here's an example. Tired of being broke every month. You have gotten their attention. Interest, here's how I did this. So you have made them interested in, let me read this, let me see what she did to achieve this result. you know Desire, you can do it too, even with a small. Make them want what you're sharing. Then action, that's your call to action. I hope you understand that. Yes, we are done for today. How do you track your metrics to know how your ads are doing? You'd see it in analytics. You can connect your social media pages to Google Analytics. You can check your insights, your metrics through your various social media pages, Twitter, Instagram. You'd see it in section. Facebook, you'd see it in the professional dashboard. How exactly can I run ads? I don't get it, please. How exactly can you run ads? First of all, you need to know who you are targeting. This class is basically about the copywriting. So you need to know who you are targeting. Who am I targeting? What is their problem? Do you get? And then you can use meta ads. You can use the individual um you can use the individual pages, individual social media pages. Yeah. So looking at how to answer all of the questions. Please note by 8 we are going for a break. How to track your metrics is your analytics page. So let me know if you understand that. Go to your Facebook analytics, your each any social media. Go to the analytics section. You would see all the reach impressions. How exactly can I run ads? Okay. What do you do if the CTAs used are not generating action? What do? You need to work on them. Yeah, you need to work on them. It may not just be the CTA, it may also be the content, that's the copy. It may also be the visual you're using. All right, so we are going on break now. I would answer the remaining questions when we come back. Thank you.
Dear DSA students, we are so excited to be on this journey with you, and we want to say a big well done for your commitment and enthusiasm so far. Whether you have just joined or you have been learning with us over the past few weeks, we see your progress and we are rooting for you all the way. Now, we know there's been a bit of silence around the learning management system, and we sincerely apologize for that. But here's the good news. We have an update as regards the learning management system, and it is one you'll love. Some of you may have been onboarded on the previous LMS, but want to ask that you kindly disregard any previous link, platform, or communication concerning that old system. We are officially switching to a new platform that you may be familiar with, Canvas by Instructure. For those new to Canvas, don't worry. A video tutorial will be uploaded to guide you step by step on how to use the platform effectively on our YouTube channel. You will also receive an onboarding email directly from Canvas by Instructure to help you get started. Please follow the instructions in the email and input your details to begin your learning journey on the platform. We are committed to making sure your learning experience is smooth, interactive, and impactful. So please, pay close attention to the announcements coming right after this video for more details. We are so glad to have you with us. Keep going, we've got this.
Hello everyone, kindly confirm if you can hear me. All right, so I would be starting out. I would continue with answering questions now. All right, so a question here: what do you mean by boost button posts and meta ads manager? I really don't get it. Okay, boost button. Now, when you make a post on Facebook, you would see they would give you send you a notification, or the next place can be boost post. They will tell you boost this post to increase your reach or whatever. That's where you do that. Then if you are managing an account on Facebook, even Instagram, yes, Facebook and Instagram, if you're managing an account, any post you make, if the post is eligible, is if the post is eligible for you to boost, if the post is eligible for you to boost, you would see the button there under the post. If you are the one managing the account, yeah, if you are viewing it from the admin, um um the admin section, you would see boost post, so you can click on that to boost the post. So the next question, we we have PS, meaning yes, there's PS, but most the basic one, the basic one that a beginner, a new copywriter, a beginner copywriter can use is the AIDA formula: attention, interest. This covers everything. So there's problem, agitation, and solution. It can also be embedded in this. Starts with, already this is the problem, they are broke every month. Agitation, here's how I did it. Solution, you are giving them a solution. So it can also take this formula. All right, next. What do you do if the CTAs used are not providing the internet action? There are several factors that goes into your audience taking action. Your CTA is not just the only factor. There's your overall copy, there's your visual, and all of that. So you need to test and know which one is working. How do you promote your books on Amazon and Seller? That's another topic entirely. But then you can use the copywriting knowledge you've gotten here to create an ad on social media and then promote your book. Talk about what your book is talking about. Start with the start with an attention. It can be, your book can be about finance, and then you can start with something like this: tired of being broke every month, something like that. So you just need to know how to write a very good copy to sell that book. How do you create ads? There's meta ads, there's search meta ads. You would see the page, so you can connect your Facebook, Instagram accounts there. You can simply boost your post. You can use meta ads and then create an ad there and then write a copy. Kindly let me know if you have another question. Keep your content short thing isn't really necessary in content. No, it's not really necessary in content writing. Depends on what you are writing actually. It's not necessary. But for copies, you need to keep it short so that people don't get tired of reading it, and then the reason why you're writing the copy is then is not achieved. So you need to keep it short. Is which square are we? As a person who is just learning copywriting, how do I get familiar with copywriting? Like I said earlier in this class, pick study this Study these slides, study them, study the examples I gave you, study them. Now go to Google, pick like 5 to 10 brands. You need to intentionally practice it. So pick like 5 to 10 brands, write out each of their services, the services they offer, the problem they solve, and also write their audience. Are they do they From what you have seen, do they target CEOs? From what you have seen, you would easily know the audience that a brand targets. Like I made an example of automobile brands, like a car rental company. A car rental company would definitely target people like influencers, business gurus who travel to conferences. You know, yeah. So you need to do that, and then write a copy for each of these brands. Give people, read it out aloud, and also you can also sign up for internships. Learn under someone that is doing well. Even if you sign up for internships, you also need to practice. So I gave you this idea to practice. Is copywriting only for a product brand? No. It can be for your personal page. It can be for, as far as you want to, as far as you have a goal in mind, as far as you have an objective in mind. What about content writing? I want to learn. That's what we are doing in this class. How can you change your account to that of followers? There's a step-by-step process to actually follow. Yeah, because I think I did that for myself. You can quickly check on Google. There's a sorry, on YouTube. There's a step-by-step process. How to run ads for different platforms. I guess that's for digital marketing class. Check your curriculum. I see myself as a brand. Thus, most of my people are usually based on my personal life story and trauma, which I use to inspire my audience. How do you see it? That's okay. As a potential content creator who wants to focus on the recipes and dishes, how do I go about it? For that, I think you need to list out the kinds of content you want to put out. What kind of content do you want to put out? Is it content that is teaching people how to cook? You know, informing people about, there are different types of food brands. Is it content that's teaching people how to cook different types of recipes, or content that is also teaching people, informing people about different kinds of foods? You need to know about it, and then create your content calendar using the list of content. I gave you a formula, a template last class in the slides. So please check it out. Go back to your old notes, go back to the class, check out the types of contents you can put out. If one wants to run ads for a startup business, where is the place to start from in terms of awareness, sales, and engagement? Do you run or start? You need to first know. That's why your audience is very important. You need to first know where your audience are present. If you're targeting CEOs, where would they likely be? If you're targeting students, where would they likely be? Today, students are mostly in on TikTok. They're mostly on TikTok. They're mostly on Instagram. Yes, Instagram. Then they're mostly on Twitter too. So you can pick any of these and say, okay, let me start with this. For CEOs, you would hardly find busy CEOs on Twitter because they don't have time for all of that dragging. You hardly find them on TikTok too. You can find them on Instagram. Instagram is a bit better, it's a bit serious too. You would find them on LinkedIn. Yes, because they want to connect with clients, you know, and that. So you need to take note of all of this. I want to repeat someone that said, the person said, I'm more of motivation to people like us. Yes, there are brands actually that um there are brands actually that would definitely want to hire you. No matter the kind of niche you are in, you can get hired. It just depends on how you put out your motivation or inspiration. Yeah. So even while you're writing your motivation or your inspiration, make it interesting to read. Put in storytelling. You know, all of those spices you put in there, storytelling, like what I've taught you today, attention, hook them, and all of that. Put it in there. So all of those spices would make potential clients know that, oh, this lady, she's really good at writing and all of that. Let's bring her in. I tried creating a LinkedIn account, but it's not working. Which other app can I write on? There's several apps. You can try Instagram. Instagram is more of visuals, so you can be creating carousel posts. Carousel posts is like posts that you design. You can design it in Canva and then put your thoughts there. You can also do Twitter too, but if your LinkedIn is not working, you can try Instagram. Also on your personal page, how do you deal with it when you can talk about various topics that interest you? For that, just make sure you are known for one thing. Be known for one thing, and then you can always write about other things. When you are starting with a personal page, what you need to do is emphasize on one thing. Let people know you as, oh, if it's photography or whatever, let people know you as, oh, she's a photographer, but she also talks about this, she also talks about this. She's also a Christian that talks about motivation. She also talks to girls, but she is this. Let people know you for one thing. All right, so I'm always I always write when inspired, and along like I stop. How do I get enough content to write every day without being inspired? How do you get more content? There are so many ways. Read, read a lot. Read a lot. In fact, reading is a major way. Read a lot. That's why if you want to be a writer, you should know how to read. You should learn to read. Learn to read content, learn to read stuffs, learn to read a whole lot of things. So read. Let's say you use AI to generate your content. How can you make it real? Paraphrase so it won't look like AI content. Now, first of you, if you want, I won't advise you to use AI to generate your content. Write your own content and let AI edit for you. Now, when let AI edit for you. Now, when AI has given you the edited content, you should now change some things. You can change some things, you can make it feel human also. But one thing I will tell you is social media algorithm does not favor AI content. So if your content is always AI content, I mean, is your if your content is always AI content, there's a very there's 90% that your content would not go far. I mean, your content would not reach a whole lot of people. Yeah. For someone who operates different businesses, is it possible to use one page to create content for the two brands? I don't advise that. Yeah, I don't advise that. Yes, telling stories about yourself as a starter is a good one. It's more like telling you are more of writing, documenting your journey. So you're not just coming as, hey, I learned this, I'm an expert. No, you're not just coming to lie for people on social media. You are coming to tell your story. Oh, I learned this. This is what I learned today. It's been an amazing journey. This is what, tell your story. All right, so I think there are no questions again. Continue with your existing LinkedIn account. You don't have to have two LinkedIn accounts. How do I drag traffic on my posts? There are so many factors. One of them is your content, your copy. Another one is engagement. So well. Engage so well on other people's content. Engage on other people's content within that time that your post drops. Yeah, I said copy also. Then you can also boost your post. Is there any book you can recommend to help us in this journey? There are so many books. I guess I would have to send the names of the books to one of the facilitators, so it would send it to your group. Is there any book you can okay, for newbies like me, is there going to be a vivid example? Trying to get my head around all this. I don't understand your question. Vivid example. It's not that serious. I want to really focus on images and videos content. How do you, it's not hard. You can focus on images and video content. It doesn't have to be the one that you write, like the usual LinkedIn post. It can be Instagram posts, images, carousel posts, videos. You just need to learn how to, all of these things would still come into play. You need to learn how to capture their attention. You need to still write your copy. You need to still write your script. Yes. So, any other question before I close in the next 5 minutes? I can't recommend any influencer for you. It depends on your niche. Influencers not just um influence for a niche that doesn't concern them. Sorry, what's your question, Stella? Kindly type it again. Stella, what's your question? Kindly type it again. Based on lifestyle blog, there are so many. I can't start thinking of them now, but I think you can search on Google. You can search on Google. It's for someone who operates two different businesses. Is it possible to use one page? No, I said I won't advise you using one page for two businesses. Esther, sorry, Stella, I won't advise you using one page for two businesses. Yes, you are definitely going to get the slides. You get the slides. Is there a way to search them out since they are niche based? You can just search for influencers and lifestyle blogs in Nigeria, lifestyle influencers in Nigeria. Though that may bring out all of these big people that will be charging like 2 million naira. But I think you can send a message to social media managers if they have contact of, most social media managers have contacts of people that help them get influencers. So if you know social media managers, connect with them, ask them for contacts of people who help connect to influencers. So please, how can you build a portfolio? So how you can build a portfolio is you can use Canva to actually build your portfolio. Any content, any copy you write, and any results you get, kindly screenshot before and after. Before you start working on a project, screenshot where they are. Then after you're finished working on that project, any results you get, screenshot it, add them to the results of your portfolio. Can I look at the brands available in Nigeria for before choosing a niche to enable me manage any of them? I don't get your question. I'm a beginner in this content can copyright any book can read. Yes, I would send books. I would send names of books. How would I know a social media? If you're on LinkedIn, I would strongly advise you or to create a LinkedIn account. You can just search for social media manager. You can also use Twitter. If you search social media manager on Twitter, you would see plenty, a whole lot of them. Please, ma, can I create another LinkedIn account? Please use your existing LinkedIn account. You don't need to have two LinkedIn accounts. So I guess there are no more questions. Okay, let me quickly scroll that. So the slides will be sent to you. You want to do recording, search for screen recording apps online. You can always search for it. Yeah, that's all, Precious. So I guess that's all the questions we have for today. Thank you so much for joining the class today. I hope you would put all of these that you have learned into practice, because at the end, it is for you. So thank you so much for joining today. See you all next week. Good night.
Dear DSA students, we are so excited to be on this journey with you, and we want to say a big well done for your commitment and enthusiasm so far. Whether you have just joined or you have been learning with us over the past few weeks, we see your progress and we are rooting for you all the way. Now, we know there's been a bit of silence around the learning management system, and we sincerely apologize for that. But here's the good news. We have an update as regards the learning management system, and it is one you'll love. Some of you may have been onboarded on the previous LMS, but want to ask that you kindly disregard any previous link, platform, or communication concerning that old system. We are officially switching to a new platform that you may be familiar with, Canvas by Instructure. For those new to Canvas, don't worry. A video tutorial will be uploaded to guide you step by step on how to use the platform effectively on our YouTube channel. You will also receive an onboarding email directly from Canvas by Instructure to help you get started. Please follow the instructions in the email and input your details to begin your learning journey on the platform. We are committed to making sure your learning experience is smooth, interactive, and impactful. So please, pay close attention to the announcements coming right after this video for more details. We are so glad to have you with us. Keep going, you've got this. Dear DSA students, we are so excited to be on this journey with you, and we want to say a big well done for your commitment and enthusiasm so far. Whether you have just joined or you have been learning with us over the past few weeks, we see your progress and we are rooting for you all the way. Now, we know there's been a bit of silence around the learning management system, and we sincerely apologize for that. But here's the good news. We have an update as regards the learning management system, and it is one you'll love. Some of you may have been onboarded on the previous LMS, but want to ask that you kindly disregard any previous link, platform, or communication concerning that old system. We are officially switching to a new platform that you may be familiar with, Canvas by Instructure. For those new to Canvas, don't worry. A video tutorial will be uploaded to guide you step by step on how to use the platform effectively on our YouTube channel. You will also receive an onboarding email directly from Canvas by Instructure to help you get started. Please follow the instructions in the email and input your details to begin your learning journey on the platform. We are committed to making sure your learning experience is smooth, interactive, and impactful. So please, pay close attention to the announcements coming right after this video for more details. We are so glad to have you with us. Keep going, you've got this. Dear DSA students, we are so excited to be on this journey with you, and we want to say a big well done for your commitment and enthusiasm so far. Whether you have just joined or you have been learning with us over the past few weeks, we see your progress and we are rooting for you all the way. Now, we know there's been a bit of silence around the learning management system, and we sincerely apologize for that. But here's the good news. We have an update as regards the learning management system, and it is one you love. Some of you may have been onboarded on the previous LMS, but want to ask that you kindly disregard any previous link, platform, or communication concerning that old system. We are officially switching to a new platform that you may be familiar with, Canvas by Instructure. For those new to Canvas, don't worry. A video tutorial will be uploaded to guide you step by step on how to use the platform effectively on our YouTube channel. You will also receive an onboarding email directly from Canvas by Instructure to help you get started. Please follow the instructions in the email and input your details to begin your learning journey on the platform. We are committed to making sure your learning experience is smooth, interactive, and impactful. So please, pay close attention to the announcements coming right after this video for more details. We are so glad to have you with us. Keep going, you've got this. Dear DSA students, we are so excited to be on this journey with you, and we want to say a big well done for your commitment and enthusiasm so far. Whether you have just joined or you have been learning with us over the past few weeks, we see your progress and we are rooting for you all the way. Now, we know there's been a bit of silence around the learning management system, and we sincerely apologize for that. But here's the good news. We have an update as regards the learning management system, and it is one you love. Some of you may have been onboarded on the previous LMS, but want to ask that you kindly disregard any previous link, platform, or communication concerning that old system. We are officially switching to a new platform that you may be familiar with, Canvas by Instructure. For those new to Canvas, don't worry. A video tutorial will be uploaded to guide you step by step on how to use the platform effectively on our YouTube channel. You will also receive an onboarding email directly from Canvas by Instructure to help you get started. Please follow the instructions in the email and input your details to begin your learning journey on the platform. We are committed to making sure your learning experience is smooth, interactive, and impactful. So please, pay close attention to the announcements coming right after this video for more details. We are so glad to have you with us. Keep going, you've got this. Dear DSA students, we are so excited to be on this journey with you, and we want to say a big well done for your commitment and enthusiasm so far. Whether you have just joined or you have been learning with us over the past few weeks, we see your progress and we are rooting for you all the way. Now, we know there's been a bit of silence around the learning management system, and we sincerely apologize for that. But here's the good news. We have an update as regards the learning management system, and it is one you love. Some of you may have been onboarded on the previous LMS, but want to ask that you kindly disregard any previous link, platform, or communication concerning that old system. We are officially switching to a new platform that you may be familiar with, Canvas by instructor. For those new to Canvas, don't worry. A video tutorial will be uploaded to guide you step by step on how to use the platform effectively on our YouTube channel. You will also receive an onboarding email directly from Canvas by instructor to help you get started. Please follow the instructions in the email and input your details to begin your learning journey on the platform. We are committed to making sure your learning experience is smooth, interactive, and impactful. So please, pay close attention to the announcements coming right after this video for more details. We are so glad to have you with us. Keep going, we've got this. Dear DSA students, we are